Hey guys, we're back. A series of unfortunate events have happened. Karla is injured, so Dennis wanted me to give you just a little get well treat. All right, so Karla got into an accident, and we're about to dive deep into this accident. Oh, anyways, this is for you.
Thank you.
It's a little tiramisu cake that's been like sliding here and there.
Thank you.
You're welcome, babe. All right, it all starts off one spring evening when Karla decides to call me, aka last night, and she calls me, and I was like, the audacity of her calling me and not FaceTiming me. So she calls me, and I said, why are you calling me? FaceTime me. Homegirl FaceTimes me. Not only does she look like she just like woke up from the worst nightmare, but I found her in a freaking hospital bed. And and I'm looking at her so confused. My brain could not process what was going on. And I'm like, dang, this looks serious. But I didn't know how to react, so I started laughing. Karla's just looking at me and she's like, hey, I think we're gonna have to postpone our podcast tomorrow. And I'm like, oh yeah? I'm like, are you okay? Anyways, long story short, she got into what happened?
ATV accident.
She got into ATV accident. So I'm over here trying to process what's going on. She's like saying her legs, body, like she might have internal bleeding and all this stuff. And I'm over here, I just start cussing. I'm like, what the F? Like, oh my God, what's going on? And then I'm like, who are you with? And she's like looking at me and she's like, my family's here. I'm just like, I was like, who? And she's like, my mom and aunt. And I looked to you and I'm like, do they speak English? And then she's like, yeah. And I hear her mom and aunt laughing in the background.
But not only that, I told her, basically, I'll get into the details right now, but my whole right side of my body is very badly injured. And I told her that I couldn't walk. And she goes, are you handicapped? And I was like, no, Monet, I'm not handicapped. And then she goes, but what does it mean you can't walk? Are you gonna get your leg amputated? Dead ass. She's like, are you gonna get your leg amputated? And my mom and my aunt were just dying of laughter. And I was like, no, I'm not getting my leg amputated.
I didn't know the severity though. I was like, then at that point, I asked her, I'm like, which hospital are you at? You know, because like we're in Orange County. And so she's like, I'm in Riverside. And being such a good friend, because like I really wanted to visit her, and I was like, damn, it's like 9:00 at night. And I told her, I was like, listen, Karla, I was like, if you were in Mission Viejo Hospital, I would leave my house right now. You know, it's the thought that counts, honestly.
Yeah.
I was gonna go visit her, but she got like discharged shortly after anyways. And so basically, anyways, I just didn't know how to react. So then I started asking her like, hey, how's your birthday? How's your party? And she's looking at me, she's like, there's a time and place for that.
And then she goes, I promise you, your 23rd is not going to be like this. Even though it started so terrible, it's not going to be like this. I think she was just nervous and awkward, so she was just blurring out all these random stuff. And I'm just like looking at her, I'm like, Monet.
And she just looks so distraught. And she's over here telling me that they're getting her scanned because she might have like internal body bleeding. And I'm just like, I'm like the type of person where in like really like bad situation, I try to like bring light into it. And I don't know how to act. Anyways, she's alive. She's here. She can barely move, but I'm glad that you're okay. So can you tell me what the heck happened?
Yes. So long story short, my uncle has a ranch a little bit past Temecula. It's like an hour away from Temecula. The nearest hospital is an hour away. And we ride ATVs all the time. We shoot guns. Like, we do all kinds of stuff, right? My cousin and then my other cousin, their siblings, and we were like, let's go ride some motorcycle. Let's go off-roading. And mind you, there's no service because it's in the middle of nowhere. We have radios, but we didn't take the radios. My cousin and I in one, and then my other cousin another one. She was riding in the front, and I was riding with my cousin in the back. Like, it was two quads, and I was the one driving. To give you some context, it had rained beforehand, so the roads were a little slippery and there was a lot of ditches. And we were going down a hill, and I promise you, I was not speeding, I was not taking videos, I was just driving normally, and we were going downhill and I was already braking. I don't know what happened that out of nowhere, like as we were going down the hill, I noticed the quad was starting to slightly go on this side towards the cactuses, and I was like, oh crap, like why is it doing that? I was trying to twist it going to go this way. I don't know how it happened. We hit a ditch because the floor kind of just went like this. It went downwards like this. I kid you not, I don't remember what happened after that. but my cousin said we hit something. We rolled really bad.
Oh, so did your cousin go to the hospital too?
Yes, it was my cousin and I. We were on the same quad. We blacked out because we hit something really bad. All I remember is just going towards the bushes and not being able to control the quad anymore. And then I woke up and I was like laying down. I like stand up and I feel like excruciating pain on my left leg. And my cousin was like, can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. And at that same time, while I had excruciating pain on my leg, I also couldn't breathe. And I was like I couldn't, it felt like a ball, like to give you context, I mean, I play soccer, so I felt like a soccer ball hit my chest or my stomach, and I just couldn't breathe at all. And I was telling my cousin, I was like, breathe, you have to breathe, because she also couldn't breathe. Her legs were numb. Her name's Allie. I was like, Allie, just breathe. And I think my adrenaline kicked in because out of nowhere, I felt no pain. I felt pain, but I didn't feel like a lot of pain because I think I was mostly focused on my cousin because she was tripping out really bad. And she's like, I can't feel it. And she's like, I keep getting tunnel vision. And I look around and my helmet is off. I don't know. I don't remember the helmet came off or I took my helmet off or if it came off by itself because when I looked around, the helmet was a couple feet from us. What?
The dog is walking. That's going to me and like boom.
My helmet's like a couple feet away from me and there's also like broken pieces. And I was like, did I hit my head so hard that the helmet broke in half? Like I was just trying to process everything because I don't remember anything. And plus, my other cousin who was riding in front of us, she had left. She didn't hear the crash. She didn't hear anything. So she was already miles away from us. So we had like no one around us. We were in the middle of nowhere. We were with
Who's
anyone.
injured worse? You or your cousin?
Hers is worse. I was like, okay, let me go get the motorcycle. I thought the motorcycle was right next to us. So the motorcycle was like a couple feet away from us. It was really, really far. It was like basically what we did, we hit and we went like this with the motorcycle. And the motorcycle kept on rolling and it landed, thank God it landed straight. So we didn't have to pick it up and like turn it over, flip it over. It landed on its wheels. I stood up. I was able to walk. It was hurting, but it wasn't hurting too bad. I was still able to move. And my cousin was already passed out on the floor. And I was like, let me call her sister. So I called her sister 3 times. No service, no answer. And I was like, dude, what do I do? What do I do? The motorcycle's still in the ditch, but it's on its 4 wheels. I noticed that the motorcycle got hit so bad that the little handles were sunk in. So instead of being like this, it was like this. And I turn around and I can see my other cousin from afar coming back. So I guess she realized that we weren't behind her. This whole thing took like 10 minutes. It felt like an hour. She ends up speeding over here because she obviously sees my other cousin on the floor. She goes, what happened? Are you guys okay? I'm like, no, we flipped. I'm like, your sister's not okay. I was like, I'm fine. I didn't feel anything. I'm like, your sister's really, really hurt. She's like, do you need help with anything? I'm like, help me get the motorcycle out. I can't get it out of the ditch.
So you're unconscious?
We both were unconscious for like 30 seconds, less than a minute, because we both woke up at the same time and everything was already done. We don't remember what happened. But I know I hit my head really hard because my helmet was off. Like, I don't know if I took it off or if
Did you
it
have a concussion?
They didn't say I got a concussion, but I don't know. They said I don't remember. And I'm like, you have to take her to the car. And she goes, okay, we're gonna come back. And I was like, no. In my head, I'm like, I don't want to be left alone. Because like, what if I did have something and then I passed out and no one's there, you know? I'm like, I'm gonna drive the quad. She's like, you can drive it like that? Because I'm telling you, the handles were like sunk in. And I was like, yes, I can drive. Like, let's just go. And I just drove like that. We drove. It was pretty far from the house because we went outside of the property and we went off-roading. So as soon as we get home, obviously we pull up. My cousin's crying. My other cousin, the one that was driving, the youngest one, she was like scared. My hair was all messed up. I had cactus spikes all over me. Couldn't move. And my mom, dude, it was really bad. My mom was the first one that saw us.
Thing. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I mean, it is funny, but like,
yeah,
I can just imagine you were like a little, what are they called? Porcupines?
Yes. I was spiked all over. And mind you, I was wearing leggings and I was wearing sweats because it was freezing. And I still got like hit really bad. My mom saw my cousin crying. She goes, what happened? And she saw her. My cousin was like fainting. She was literally gonna faint. She's like, it hurts. Like her back was hurting. So then everyone came out, like all the uncles, all the aunts.
How many was there?
Dude, we're a big family. It was more than like 15 people.
It's like little kids, like, you know, when the family starts coming and then you start seeing everyone pities you and you feel so overwhelmed and then you probably start crying.
That's what I think what happened to my cousin, because like she was already crying and I think everyone coming, like she started crying even more. So then her mom came out, my uncles came out, and we got in trouble. Yeah, my uncle yelled at us.
At you? At her or you?
My uncle's like, were you guys speeding? And I was like, I swear I wasn't speeding. Like I was driving fine. And my cousin was like, we weren't speeding. My mom was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. She goes, Karla, you look pale. She's like, you look really pale. And I was like, I'm okay. Just like, Allie's the one that's bad. Go check on Allie. And she goes, no, like, you look really bad.
Your
Like,
adrenaline was kicking in,
Mhm.
so you were in like fight mode.
yeah. And then they're like, we're gonna go to the hospital. Mind you, the hospital's an hour away. I feel fine. I feel okay. I don't feel any pain. And my little cousin was like, no, you have to go to the hospital. Like, you also got hurt. Like, we were just, it was such a mess. Long story short, I ended up changing because like I had spikes all over that. Like any little movement, like the spikes kept getting into my skin. My sister was sleeping, so they went to go get her. And my little cousin didn't even tell her anything. She goes, they're fine. We're going to the hospital. They flipped. She goes, what? She goes, yeah, our sisters flipped. They're okay. We're gonna go to the hospital. And she goes, wait, what happened? Like she was like dead asleep. And my cousin was giving her no context. She goes, hurry up, put your shoes, let's
I
go.
could just see your sister's face, and because she's like also serious, but she's probably thinking in her head like, what? Like,
she was asking, she's like, what happened? Like, is Karla okay? And she goes, Karla's okay. Allie needs to go to the hospital. And it was an hour away. And my cousin was already in like so much pain. And I started feeling the pain. I was like feeling chest pains, and my whole right side of my body was like feeling like with excruciating pain, the same pain I felt. And I woke up, and we
what
get
a
to
long day, dude.
yeah, and we get to the hospital, and then they're like, what happened? And like, we're in wheelchairs because we physically cannot walk. We're like, we got into an ATV accident. They're like, and you drove here? And we're like, yes. And he goes, I'm not trying to sound mean, but next time that happens, wait for us to come to you because you could have had a spinal injury and you could have become paralyzed or something.
All right, note to self, guys. What did we learn here today?
Don't drive to the hospital. Call 911.
Call the damn ambulance!
They were asking us questions, like they're like trying to get the same story. Mind you, we have the same story. We both got the same injury. So they were telling me like, so who drove? And I was like, I was driving. And then the doctor had the audacity to tell me, oh, so it's your fault. And he starts laughing, and I'm just like,
I'm not laughing. I'm not.
the camera died. Where's your mic? We weren't prepared to film this. We weren't gonna film this.
Cheers. Cheers to your injury.
So then the doctor's like, so it's your fault. And I'm like, what the heck? The doctor walked away, and my sister was like, what the heck? Like, why would he say that? It was a very bad situation, but we were making light of it. You know, we were trying to have fun. And we were taking pictures, and then we get separated, and then we both go to different rooms. I get an IV, I get things, and then long story short, I get x-rays done, I get a CT scan, I get just to check if I had like a brain injury or what, just in case I had like a brain injury, or to see if I was bleeding internally. I was okay, thank God. Like everything came back clear. I just have a really bad, like my whole right side just really hurts, and I can't really move.
So are you bruised up?
I'm not bruised, but I have spikes all over my body.
Oh, it's still in your skin?
So I was butt naked in the
Nice.
freaking in the gown, and because I had spikes all over me, the nurse like got tweezers and tried to take as much as she can out, but because the spikes were super thin, when I changed or when we were just like the movement, the spikes broke in half, so they're still in my body.
Oh, can I see it?
Yeah. Long story short, we're good. We're just very injured. Thank God we were wearing helmets.
The things that we do for fame.
Okay, just get the phone.
Oh, okay.
So
Close up.
now I look like crap.
Me
So if
too.
you can see, like I have spikes all over my body.
Oh my lord. Can you guys see that? Oh, nice.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but the whole
It honestly looks like you have chicken pox.
yeah, that's what my sister said.
Nice.
My whole
Scabies.
like everything's just like bruised
Nice.
up.
Glad she's still alive.
So my whole like left side of my body, although I hurt my right side, my whole left side of my body is all spiked up, which I'll show you off camera because I have to take off my pants.
Nice.
I just physically cannot walk, and it just really hurts.
Yes. Yes.
Let him lay down.
Well, I'm glad you're okay and alive. Thank the Lord.
Like it was really scary just because like everything happened so fast. And also, mind you, the quad fell on top of us. So like while it rolled, it landed on us. I don't remember. My cousin says it did. I don't remember it because I think that's when I blacked out. I was a fall risk patient. And they treated it like a trauma.
Oh,
One
nice. I've never
kinda
been a
stuff.
fall risk patient before.
Anyways, that's the story 10.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe for
No.
psychological. Yeah, we are for psychological trauma. Also, feel free to leave a tip on the GoFundMe in case like you guys like our podcast, support us. We're starving artists.
God.
Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back. Bye.
Ow.